engaging the American public on the causes of cancer and how to eliminate them.
We have our vote on election day. We have a vote when we vote right to our elected leaders and our corporate officials. But our biggest vote is how we buy things or don't buy things. That's a big, big vote.
We're sold and marketed all kinds of products that aren't good for us.
Many of the products that we all use every day, again, shampoos, lotions, products for men, products for children, commonly contain chemicals that are linked to cancer, reproductive harm, asthma, allergies, hormone disruption, and other ways of impacting our bodies. But the great thing about personal care products is it's one of the easiest places where you can make changes right now. The problem right in front of our faces, what we're literally putting on our faces every day.
I want you to use your purchasing power to dictate manufacturing trends.
We've identified 1,400 chemicals that are known to cause cancer.
1 out of every 3 women, 1 out of every 2 men get cancer over the course of their lifetime.
That's where we come in and why we're unique in the health space. Because I'm a cancer survivor, 16 years well.
Today I got to hear just so many incredible speakers. It's a great thing that Fran's doing.
I want to transform you from being a patient into a medical consumer. I want you to recognize the early warning whispers of the cancers that may affect you and know the tests that are available because they may not even be on the menu at the doctor's office.
The best health in the future is using the medical system that you have available to you today that has achieved so much, together with the complementary and alternative types of approaches.
It's great to hear somewhere where the truth is being said.
You can avoid thousands of toxic chemical exposures every year just by shopping smarter.
Over 90% of all cancers, as well as a whole host of other chronic illnesses that we deal with on a daily basis, is environmentally stimulated.
In 2011, the World Health Organization classified electromagnetic frequency as carcinogenic to the human organism. There is high correlations of cancer with residents living in houses near high tension wires.
What I learned today that was really kind of woke me up is about energy. The connection with the cell phones.
I know everyone here uses Bluetooth in their cars, but it is a container which keeps in the Bluetooth radiation in the car. So it's likened to sticking your head into a microwave and just putting the microwave on for a few seconds.
What is your risk of cancer? Is it just average, or do you have a really high risk because of your lifestyle? Or do you have a high risk because of your family history?
It was major detox, everything from the fillings in his mouth to skin brushing, supplements, he did everything, and he did immunotherapy. No chemo, no radiation. He's been in remission on both cancers. It's almost 13 years. On November the 24th, it'll be 13 years.
Radiation does not kill cancer stem cells, nor does chemotherapy. Very important, it's not only good to have an optimal immune system, but an immune system that can recognize the cancer cells.
Make sure that you don't stress, which will compromise your immune system, and make sure you fortify your body with a tremendous amount of healthy food that's organic.
All the things that happened to me, like being diagnosed with cancer 14 years ago, and being a survivor, I can relate to all the survivors that were here.
The more I read about food, the more I realized that food is not only extremely healing and can target certain things, but that because your body is this whole being together, what's good for your body is good for your brain, is good for your teeth, is good for your mind. It's all connected.
The Center of Good Nutrition and Chinese Nutritional Therapy and Ayurveda, they say that is the digestion, the center of life. And this is where the essence of life is absorbed. So I needed it to understand how the world works, nature, and how my body works to actually bring it back into balance. And I did. I did it with just food.
Eat your good fats, eat your avocados, your nuts, your butters. Go non-GMO, go local produced, go organic, go grass-fed. And number 3, exercise.
We were sold a bill of goods that fat's bad for us. is not bad for us. That we are like a machine, and if you don't oil your car, you're going to break down. And you got to do that for all the connections in your brain and throughout your body.
There's like so many things you can learn about food. Because you know, we think we're gonna just take a pill and it's gonna change so many things. But how much power is there in a plate of food that we eat 3 times a day? That's what we really are made of. So I started with food, as Fran said, and it made a tremendous difference in my life and in the lives of my brothers and sisters. We have now all 6 of us have outlived our parents.
So when people learn that they can actually heal or help their body heal through food, it's amazing.
When I was 22 in my last semester of college, I was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer. They gave me about 4 months left to live.
Hemp, cannabis was in this country as food, fuel, fiber, paper, and medicine. We replaced it with the Hertz, DuPont, Rockefeller, Carnegie, Mellon, and one badass mouthpiece that was Harry Anslinger. So let's all get the information. I want to leave you with my words. Cannabis is not an entrance drug, it's an exit drug from pharmaceuticals and narcotics.
I started, looking into cannabis, and I started using it, and I remember in my first day, using it and how beneficial it was.
We're facing an opioid epidemic, 47,000. This is an option. As I say, cannabis is not for everybody, but it should be a first-line option, not the last resort.
I don't need to medicate my pain. I don't need to medicate my joy. I can live out loud as a woman in recovery.
One of the things that we've learned is, from my years, we use chemotherapy and radiation. We found that using cannabis works very specifically with cancer cells. When we treat with chemotherapy, it kind of is coming in and pulling everything out. What we found with cannabis is it's very targeted, and it's specific in not killing the healthy cells and only attacking the cancer cells.
My message was to dispel a number of myths that exist around breast cancer.
You're allowed to have a drink a day, ladies, 2 drinks a day for you men, without any significant increase in your breast cancer risk and a significant decrease in your heart attack risk. So for my high-risk people, contrast mammo plus screening ultrasound, 6 months later, breast MRI.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now I'm truly feeling very healthy.
3 cups of green tea a day cuts breast cancer in half.
And look at the survival for breast cancer, for prostate cancer, for melanoma. These are extraordinary survivals which we didn't enjoy in the last century.
Early detection, catch it on arrival, 95% survival.
Believe that you will survive. Remember why you want to survive, whether it's your children or unfinished business on this earth. And then just do one thing. Just get that breast MRI.
The children of today, for the first time in U.S. history, are predicted to not live as long as their parents. Babies are being born pre-polluted with 200 to 300 chemicals found in the umbilical cord.
We've been careless about the kinds of chemicals released into the environment. We've allowed the chemical industry and the companies that use these chemicals too much of a free hand to use them in whatever way they see fit with very little regulation.
Big business tries to dumb us down of our inner voice so that we become dependent on what big companies, business, or government is telling us is good for us. When deep down we know it's good for us, you listen to your inner voice that's closest to your creator. It is clear that we need to start looking at environment as a key issue for all the dis-ease in the world.
We're designed to live in harmony with ourselves. We're designed to live in harmony with one another. We're designed to live in harmony with the environment. It's a question of being conscious. That's the number one thing. If I want to be conscious and evolve, then I'm going to become aware when I'm being stressed. Chronic stress is the #1 cause of heart disease.
The body is a system, and whole body wellness is imperative. Mind, body, and spirit have to work in harmony for the immune system to work at an optimum.
This is my mantra now. Relax, eat, sleep, forget, and protect. This balance too much or too little of these 5 words, we are in balance.
We're all trying to just stop the disturbances from creating dis-ease. So you must be the thermostat of your structure, which is your body.
It's simple. All you really have to do is have a combination of your head and your heart. They should come down, the thoughts from your brain out your mouth and the feelings from your heart combined as a response to anything. So everything should have a thought and a feeling. And if you do all that and you regularly unload, you will really be saving yourself a whole lot.
There's lots of things that can be done that reduce your risk of cancer, and I think that's the message of Cancer Schmancer.
So it's your life. Don't give anyone power of attorney over it. Do the research, figure it out.
Fran Drescher's amazing. She's armed with so much amazing, a wealth of information, both traditional and alternative, and that's why they call it complementary.
What Fran does with this conference is she pulls from many directions of health and wellness and puts them into a really digestible summit format that's entertaining, exciting, but mostly applicable.
I want to give kudos to every single person here for taking that step to stand up for health, to say what can we do to take action in our own lives.
It strengthened my resolve to know that I'm where I need to be.
Breathing, getting present, calming yourself down, and awaken, be here now, but also don't forget to connect within.
Here's to good health, good choices, and taking our power for creating the world that we want.
This journey is very individual. Don't turn anybody into a god. I'm presenting you with some different options here, and there are other options as well. So you just, keep a healthy head and think for yourself.
My message is Fran's message, which is to empower people, open your mind, and open the options.
I think everyone was really blown away with a lot of new information.
Fran is allowing us all to unlock our potential. Thank you, Fran.
Make kindness and compassion and generosity your compass, and detox your home, people. Thank you so much. God bless and be well. Thank you. Went great. I'm so grateful. Everybody seemed to have a marvelous time and really learn a lot. And I think we transformed a lot of patients into medical consumers. And that's what I really wanted to do. So I think it's good. Cancer Schmancer rules.